This is the Tour de France, a 21-day stage race in France which is often referred to as the pinnacle of cycling. So when you look at a map of it, you must think, how do they create this? So whilst the reality is that Christian Prudhomme and Thierry Gauvenot single-handedly created every year, this is how you can design one yourself with a little creativity. Firstly, you go to a site where you can draw a route. It can be places like Strava or Google Maps, but I use AllTrails. I go to where I want to create the route and I'll click on the points where it will pass. You can call it waypoint. Usually main roads will be clear in any kind of map. With an idea in mind, I'll then create it between a starting and a finishing point, which can be the same spot. In this case, I'm making a loop around the French city of Nice. When you're satisfied with your route, go ahead and click save and then download the route in a GPX format. Then I go to La Flamme Rouge. Again, it can be a different site, but this is my preference. Get an account, click on new track and import your GPX file. Then fill out the details above as you wish and click on import to GPX. Soon enough, you will have your route now here. You should put no on keep elevation, alter the filter step and put yes on show slopes on profile. Click on draw profile to update and below you'll have an accurate profile of the stage. So next thing you want to do is add intermediate points. You can start by adding the mountain sprints and then drag that red button to around the base of the climb for accurate distance and gradient details. Then rinse and repeat for the other climb. Then you can add an intermediate sprint, and finally you can add some points in meaningful locations throughout the stage where it goes through. Below, make sure you identify them so that they're represented in the profile. The climbs may be a bit harder to identify, so you can always use Strava to discover their name. You can also put in the category of the climb. If everything is done, go ahead and save. Go to your tracks and view the stage you've created. You can change the appearance, but this is what you should expect. If you want to replicate a section of a race you know, then look it up in the site's calendar. This is the 2019 Paris Tour map, and if you want to replicate its finish, all you have to do is find those same roads in AllTrails and repeat the process from the beginning. For the mountain stages, usually I look up on Strava and track down the climbs I want before creating the route. It makes it easy to design mountainous stages. If you want to design a whole race, go to My Tours, create one, and add the stages you've made to it. You can see it at any time, alongside its details. What got me into making this video was a contest in La Flamme Rouge, where you have to redesign this year's Tour de France, which I've taken a part of. Pause if you want to see the details. Every year the Tour de France only has 2 people creating its route. Shocking, I know. Those 2 people are Christian Prudhomme, General Director of the Tour, and Thierry Gouvenou, former pro rider who is currently in the race's organization. It's crazy to think that every year since 2014, these 2 single-handedly draw over 3,500 kilometers. Much of those you'll see on TV during the summer. Whilst Prudhomme is the brain behind the start and the finishing places in mountains alongside their negotiations, Gouvenou himself drives through the country, nitpicking all the little towns, chateaux, cols, you name it. And by the end of a long and beautiful process emerges what we know today as the La Grande Boucle, including places like the iconic Alpe d'Huez, the historic roads of northern France, to the modern monuments of Paris. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to support the channel. You'll also find links to the sites that I've used during this video in the description. I'll see you in the next one.